Good morning, everyone. I am so happy to have you here today. Pretty much today, I'm gonna be doing a little vision board for my upcoming month. Full disclosure, this is not something you need to do in order to be organized. This is more something fun for me to just be creative and just kind of do something a little different. The nice thing for you guys is you get to see a little sneak peek of the theme and spreads I'm thinking of doing for the next month. I will be mostly using this pen right here. This is the Staedtler 0.3 pigment liner. Now, let me tell you, I was for a while using my Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pen, and you know, I loved it. I really did, but it just, the tip wore down so quickly that it just, you know, we couldn't stay friends for long, and I had to get a new one. So I'm gonna see if this one, the tip stays as firm. Oh, I just feel so weird saying that. I don't really use a lot of color in my journal. Some of you might be wondering where I even use this marker. I do use one color just to kind of color in my habit tracker. Besides that, I actually do all black and white spreads. And I'm thinking of splitting this spread up into two halves. This half is going to be the vibe lettering styles I'm thinking of doing, the floral I'm thinking of doing every month. I like to do one floral every month because one of my 2020 goals for this year, goal setting, is to get better at floral illustration. And just like when I learned to letter, practice is really how you get good at anything. So for me, doing one floral every month really helps me kind of get in the groove and actually improve on what I'm looking to do. I'm gonna mark this here into thirds because I'm gonna do a bit of a floral illustration situation here, and then I'm gonna practice my lettering here. And then on this side, I'm gonna write spreads I want to keep, spreads I want to leave out for next month, and spreads I want to add. I just kind of make up the flowers as I go, which I know is really not helpful for anyone, but this is the flower of February. This flower represents the February Canadian winter, which is bleak and there really aren't any flowers, so that's why this flower is made up, because there are actually no flowers in February. I think I'm gonna do some little like flower buds there because spring is coming. Hopefully spring. Yes, it is. Positive thoughts. Spring is coming. So we have like the full flower here, but then I also broke it up into a couple elements. So I'm thinking of having a lot of these little flower buds. I'm also gonna have some flowers just because, you know, flowers are something I'm working on, something that I am interested in learning. So practice is key. Love it. There we go. So this is the like floral theme I'm thinking of going for. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the bottom space for a little bit of lettering. This is just a way to show you guys what kind of lettering styles I generally do. So I always use my Tombow Fudenosuke soft tip brush pen. This is the soft tip, not the hard tip. I had the hard tip, it broke. Therefore now I use the soft tip. So that is going to be a little bit, it's going to be a little bit of brush lettering. I'm going to write that here. And I usually use this type of lettering on a couple of my monthly pages at the very beginning. However, I actually don't do this weekly or daily, just so I can make those spreads really quickly. And then I also really love having like a simple cursive. This is a very messy simple cursive. Sometimes it's fun to do that kind of line thing, and that's kind of more what I'll do on a weekly and daily basis. I find a good technique when you're making all these bullet journal spreads is making sure that daily and weekly you have more simple spreads, and then you can kind of go more all out monthly if you want to. Oh, and you know what? Since there's room down here, I'm gonna write my color. That's really helpful because I always forget, and then I'm always scared I'm gonna use the wrong color, and then that always freaks me out. Now I'm gonna go over what spreads I want to keep, leave, and add this month. And if you're wondering what any of these spreads are, make sure to check out my January plan with me, because I did show you all how I made all of these. So if you want to see exactly what I did, that shows you exactly what I did. I guess one thing I did leave in a way, it's not really a spread, but it's more a concept, was I left doing weekly lettering titles. I did change up my weekly spread layout this month, which I enjoy a lot more because it's a bit more simple and I don't have to whip out the brush pen, which I love using my brush pen, but just on a daily basis, I prefer to just use one pen if I can because it's just faster. I'm thinking in February I want to add maybe a wish list, so I can write down a couple things that I want to buy, because there are some things I just need to pick up. For example, another Tombow dual brush pen, the hard tip, and though it unfortunately died on me the first time, we are hopeful for the second time. Oh, a tea collection spread, where I'm thinking of just having a little collection to write down all my favorite teas. Just more for fun than really anything else, but I do really love tea, so I think that'll be a really fun spread to do. I'm gonna write it down, but I'm not sure. 2020 goals spread. I'm not sure about that because I actually just keep my 2020 goals in the front. I just like wrote them down on a random list pad I had hanging around. I'm not sure if I want to make them into a formal spread at this point, because I might just kind of check them off as I go and then incorporate key tasks and steps to accomplish them in my mental inventory, but you know, we will see on that one. I think the last thing I'll do is I'm going to quickly sketch out these spreads. You know what? I'm actually thinking this will either be wish list or weekly. Bullet journal pro tip. You don't need to sketch out every page unless you want to, but something I would recommend is figuring out how many pages you need for each spread so you can make sure you're doing all the spreads you want to in the right order you want to, if that's important. So my monthly calendar, then the next set of pages is my tasks and notes. That's something that's really important to me to keep together, because this is all my monthly calendar task list notes page. So if I accidentally did this later and threw in, let's say, my habit tracker in between, that would really mess up my flow when I go to plan, since I do look at this every day. So numbering the pages and numbering the order of pages you want can be really helpful. That is pretty much my February vision board. I know a lot of you really like seeing the process, so I hope I was able to kind of show you a little bit of my process on this. I've never actually done one of these spreads. Normally I just kind of think about this in my head and then it just kind of comes out, but it is kind of nice to create a bit of a visual so I can really confirm my ideas and make sure that it's kind of what I was thinking in my mind. That is pretty much this spread for today. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. If you did, I hope you had a great time and I hope you enjoyed it as well. Next time I will be showing you guys my February plan with me, so I hope you enjoy that too. And if you want to keep seeing these spreads every month, let me know. For now, that is going to be all. I will see you guys in the next one.